ArtSpark Texas presents a community conversation with David Voss.
Welcome to Community Conversations, and today we're here with David Voss, our May Artist of the Month with ArtSpark Texas. And my name is Susan Slattery. I'm the Director of Outreach for ArtSpark Texas, and I'm here with April Sullivan, who is our Director of Veteran Services, as well as our Artworks program. So David is a veteran and a dancer and a teacher and many other things. And I guess I'll have April do a little intro, and then David's going to kind of talk about David for a little bit.
Great. Thanks, Susan.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I met David at the VA Austin Outpatient Clinic when I've been going there for several years to work with the Austin Veteran Creative Arts Festival local competition. So helping out with that, and David has pretty much taken that over as the VA contact there. And so I've gotten to know him a little better through that, but I did know that I'm not real sure exactly what your role is at the VA, except for that you do teach and co-teach with us the dance program and the dance things that we've been doing at the VA. So we're excited to hear a little more about that because I've never participated or been a part of that over there, more just the creative arts competition. And then, so Silva, who is our dance director, worked on her blog and wrote about David, and we learned so much about him. So we were excited to share that with everybody about his journey as a dancer in the military, as Barney, and everything else that he's been doing. So let's hear from David. Welcome.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you, Susan and April and ArtSpark for having me on. It's just, it's an honor and a pleasure, and I'm just glad to be here. So before I get to my bio and just kind of tell you the journey, we're going to just settle in and do just a quick meditative moment. Is that okay, everybody? Okay. So it's just going to be a quick 5 minutes. Everything's in the chair. So we're going to settle in really quick. And you can close your eyes if you want. You can take the gaze down or even soften your gaze. You're going to put one hand to the heart, the other hand to the belly, and just notice right now where your natural breath is without forcing it. Just notice where the inhale and exhale is. Just being in this moment. You're going to bring those hands down to the side. We're going to do a quick body scan starting from the top of the head going all the way down to the feet. And when I mention the body part, just try to relax it on your exhale. Starting with the head, the neck and the shoulders. Slowly on your exhale, just let the tension just melt away. Continue with the shoulders, the triceps, biceps, elbows, forearms, hands and fingertips. Slowly on your next exhale, just let the tension melt away. Continue with the chest, the upper back, the abs, the mid-back, the hips and the lower back. Slowly on the exhale, just let the tension of the day melt away. Continue with the glutes, the legs, thighs, knees, calves, shins, ankles, and toes. Slowly on your next exhale, just let the tension melt away. And now bring your awareness to all the wonderful things around you. It's called proprioception. And right now, without any judgment, what smells do you smell? What sounds do you hear? What tastes are on the tongue? How do the clothes feel on the skin? Just being aware, being in this moment. And right now, we're going to set an intention for today's session. An intention is just a theme. It can be a word, a phrase, a passage, a mantra. And we're going to choose it as I am strong. Just those 3 words. Let those 3 words just settle in. I am strong. We are survivors. So much is going on, and we're here. So let that settle in as we do our 3 rounds of breath. Yoga means union, and it's the union between body and breath. So slowly you're going to inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly rise, heart center, and open mouth exhale. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly raise, heart center. And open mouth, exhale. Do one more round of breath. Let this be the biggest one you've done so far today. So inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly rise, heart center. Hold it at the top. And open mouth, exhale. And now you're going to wiggle those toes, wiggle the fingers, blink open those eyes as we just do maybe 1 or 2 minutes of stretching. So what I want you all to do really quick is just rock back and forth. This is just a nice way to reset that body. Beautiful. The next inhale, you're going to take those arms up. You're going to make all 10 fingertips to touch right here. Exhale, hands to heart center. That's called upward arm salute. You're going to stimulate circulation by rubbing the fronts of the hands together, the backs of the hands. This is a Tai Chi technique. You're going to flick those fingers like you're flicking off water. Bring the hands 6 inches apart. Feel the energy you just created. Interlace those fingers, then bring a wave-like motion. This warms up those wrists, those hands, the whole arm right here. Come to a moment of stillness, then reverse directions with your arm waves. Beautiful. Bring those arms down to the side. We're going to do one last seated, I call it chair yoga, which is called cat and cow. Let me adjust the camera so you guys can see me. What cat and cow does is it stimulates the digestive organs. You're going to start in what's called an active seat. Everything is in alignment. Hands are on those thighs. Your gaze is forward. The next inhale, you're going to take those hands to the hip points. Those elbows brush the side body. You raise the gaze. You raise the chest. This is a heart opener in yoga. On your next exhale, you're going to take the hands to the knees, really round the back here. Pull the belly button to the back of the spine. Drop the chin to the chest. This is your cat pose. The next inhale, we're going back to the cow pose. So raise the gaze, raise the chest right here. And your next exhale, really round the back, over exaggerate the stretch. Drop the chin to the chest in your cat pose. Nice. Then slowly bring the head back up to center. All right. I said that was going to be the last one, but I lied. We're going to do one more. One of the easiest way also is to reset the body and mind is to go into what's called a forward fold. And we do that by starting with those arms down to the side. The next inhale, bring those arms up again. This is your upward arm salute. On the exhale, slowly bring those hands to heart center. You're going to hinge forward at the waist, making your way into a nice, easy forward fold. Those forearms can stop at the thighs right here. You also have that opportunity to drop those arms on the outside of the legs, only if the body is ready and willing to go a little bit lower. We can grow in discomfort, but you don't want the pain. Anytime you have pain, you want to come out of it, and you can learn by watching just as much as doing. Slowly, you're going to come up, nice and slow, nice and steady. The head's the last thing. Beautiful, everyone. All right, so that's just a quick way to get the body and the mind flowing and moving and grooving. So now I'm gonna move on to my bio. So basically, it all started, I'm gonna say, when I was in high school. I was part of a mime troupe at the Arts Magnet High School in Dallas. I had 2 awesome teachers, Jane Ferris and Karen Cogdill, and they taught me how to move the body, how to tell a story by moving your body, and how you could do it through mime. So that's how I kind of started learning that I love to move. I love to move and groove, and that's a lot of times how we heal. It's just moving that body, get everything flowing. So I was in high school. I learned how to move the body, and then an opportunity came up where I had an agent. I went on an audition, and the audition was for Barney the dinosaur. They were hiring or out auditioning puppeteers, their mimes, and dancers. So at the moment, I wasn't a dancer. I was a mime at that moment. So I auditioned. I did a mime called A Day in the Life of Danny the Dinosaur. And that's just a little tidbit of information. Before Barney was Barney, it was Danny the Dinosaur. So anyway, going forward, I landed the part, and I did the first 6 home videos. And during that time, I just came to just love costume character work. And it was something that is one of those things where you're doing 2 things at the same time, because I wasn't the voice. There was a gentleman, his name was Bob West, super talented man. He was a voice actor. So I would hear his voice in my ear, and then I would move the mouth. So going forward, after the 6 home videos, I was told that they were going to, you know, promote those for a while, and they were going to go on hiatus. So during this time, I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? And this kind of total switch, I joined the military. I got a call to join the military. And it was because I wanted to serve my country. My grandpa had done it. There was just a lot of things that I just kind of had that calling. So I joined the military. I was in Mannheim, Germany. During this time, I kept in contact the whole time with the choreographer. And she told me they had signed a contract with PBS. And I was like, oh my gosh, they signed a contract with PBS. So anyway, going forward, the whole time I kept in contact with her. She was super friendly, and Miss Penny, and she's one of those dear souls that's right now is in heaven looking down on us and just smiling. She told me that when I got out of the military, after I served my 2 years, if I wanted to be her assistant, the choreographer's assistant on the TV show. And of course I jumped at the chance because it's just so funny that I'm still moving the body now, but now from a mime to the Army and now back to Barney. So I was on the set, worked with her. During this time, I went to Radio City Music Hall. I played the part of the Winkster. And just a quick comment about that, if Barney ever had a nice villain, it would have been the Winkster. So he took Barney's Barney bag and gave it back at the end, and the kids learned sharing and caring. But while I was on the set, loved it, loved working with the kids. It was truly a golden moment in time. They asked me if I wanted to go on tour, and I jumped at the chance because I wanted to perform again. So from there, I was on tour for, I'm going to say, over 10 years. Doing different parts, doing different parts in the show. During our breaks on tour, I would also go on the TV set. One time I was a teddy bear, another time I was a clown. One time I was a mime on one of their episodes where Barney goes around the world. So fast forward, this is like 20 years of history that I'm condensing just in a short period of time. So after Barney, I'm going to say ran Barney's time, and it was kind of coming to a close. I joined the military again. This time I was a 68 Mike, which is a nutrition care specialist. So totally different than what I did the first time in Germany. I was a Cav Scout. So once I finished my tour of duty again, so I had 2 tours of duty, this is where it's kind of coming a little bit closer to the present day. I got a job at the Austin VA. And at first I was in the admin office, then I was a Red Coat ambassador, and right now I am the Austin Outpatient Clinic yoga instructor / dance instructor. So that is, and I guess my official title is assistant recreational therapist / yoga instructor / dance instructor. So that kind of brings it to where we are now. I'm also a member of a dance troupe here in Austin called Still Dancing ATX, and they're an awesome group of ladies. And to be in the troupe, you have to be over a certain age, and that's why the name is called Still Dancing, because we're a little bit older and we're still dancing. So that's where we are now, and slowly here, since I'm still working with the veterans every Friday, well, actually every day, Monday through Friday, but specifically dance on Fridays. We're working on 2 numbers now for the National Veterans Creative Arts Competition. And this is where ArtSpark has helped out so much with supporting us, and also being the ones that evaluated the art. And because trust me, I'm not an expert when it comes to visual art. So when you guys come and help us out, it's just a blessing. So it's really appreciative. And Silva, like you guys were saying, she helps team teach there, and she's amazing. And Veronica too. I don't know if she's part of your guys' staff, but Veronica has helped out a lot. So
Yeah,
that's where we are. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah. So that's everything kind of condensed into 30 years, condensed into what, 5 minutes or so.
Wow, amazing. You did a great job with that.
It's good stuff. So I know April might have a video. I don't know if you guys want to see. but it's the I Dance Because. And this is a video where it's the veteran VA dance class. It's a montage of different snippets and scenes of stuff that they've learned. And it's something that we just put together just to have a lot of fun. So I'll let you guys play it.
All video links are in the description below.
Yeah, that was just an amazing experience. And the way that I videoed it is we just did little snippets throughout the whole year, pieced it together, and submitted it. And it wasn't under technically a dance. It was under the multimedia part of the competition. So unfortunately that year I was the only one that got to go, since I edited the video and put everything together. But everyone got to see all those superstars that were dancing, and it was just it's so awesome. Just the camaraderie. Is that the word? Camaraderie. There you go. That word. Yeah, because we, being PTS week, and the mental health issues that some veterans have, and even if it's something as simple just as having troubles falling asleep, calming the body, calming the mind. That's one thing that dance teaches us to do, is to connect those two things together. And they say a lot of times that the issues are in the tissues. So when you get the body moving, sometimes issues come up, and they're able to express themselves and heal through their movement. And it's also one of those things where you calm the body. A lot of times you're going to calm the mind, and vice versa. So it's one of those part of the parasympathetic nervous system that helps us rest and recover, rest and digest, because we're on the go all the time. Go. But we need to learn sometimes just to quiet and calm down, and that's what dance does. Because even though we might not be moving, there's still movement when we're not moving. Our brains are moving, our hearts are moving, the blood is moving. So I consider life dancing, so it's really cool.
Cool. Do you have do you find some of the veterans resistant to coming to the dance? I mean, do you have to talk people into it until they get there, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is fun?
Well, honestly, I get so many references and referrals from our whole health coaches. Okay, I'm glad you asked about that, because everyone that attends dance class, no one's forced to. This is something where they want to go, and this is something where the VA has been mandated. They need to put whole health into the system now. So it's acupuncture, it's Tai Chi, it's yoga, it's whole health coaching, mind and body. So all these things are slowly starting to be a part of the VA, where the veterans can take their health into their own hands, in conjunction with what their primary care wants them to do and how they can heal. But it's not just all about medicine now they're combining a holistic approach, which it's just beautiful. And we've been doing it for, I think it's a little over 2 years now, and things are just starting to blossom and bloom. And I can tell you that I have so many people that want to take my yoga classes that right now it's kind of like a springboard into the community, because unfortunately with yoga, they're not there indefinitely. At the moment, the dancers are, until I get too many students. But right now, yoga, after they take 12 sessions, they jump into the community, and I have a whole bunch of resources to connect them to, whether it's face-to-face or online, just different ways they can continue their practice, continue moving the body, and it's great. But like I said, the dance class is a little different, because I'm getting a lot more referrals now from the whole health coaches, from a lot of the veterans that want to move their body. And we offer it 2 ways, face-to-face and virtual. So it's kind of a fusion class. It can be complicated at times doing that, but it's fun, and it's a challenge. And I'm telling you, they learn so much. They learn flexibility. They learn coordination. They learn balance. They learn socialization. And But I can say this, and I always tell them, y'all, if you're not having fun, what's the point? So more important than anything is to have fun. And so that's what I let them know. And, it's not always, fun and games, but at the same time, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, yeah, just find something that resonates a little bit more with what you love. So, and they love it. So it's good stuff.
That's great.
So when you say that they do 12 sessions of yoga, so they max out on that with you, when they go to the community, they just pick somewhere, or you've suggested somewhere for them to go?
Yeah. So what I do is every week I give them one resource in the community. And so right now I have like over a list of 30 different places, whether it's a YouTube video, because a lot of patients don't want to go face to face still, and that's perfectly okay. So I give them probably 50% of the resources are video or YouTube stations, or different ways to connect with different folks. Also face to face. Like I know one awesome yoga studio in Austin is Wild Heart Yoga. That's shameless plug. That's where I did my yoga training. So they're just awesome, and they've got a beautiful heart, and they offer discount for veterans. So one thing I always try to do is I try to suggest something, if it's not free, to at least have a discount for our veterans. I know Black Swan Yoga offers donation-based yoga, but they get packed so quickly, and that's awesome. They have a studio here in Austin, as well as local gyms. For instance, I know Gold's offers a discount for veterans. I know if you go to the Y, sometimes it's free for veterans. So I always try to incorporate something where they can continue moving their body. And I let them know, you're not going to resonate with everyone. Some teachers you're going to love, some teachers, yeah, maybe not so much. And that's okay, and that's why I give them so many, so they can find something that they really like a lot. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to watch another video?
Yeah.
Sure.
What do we have next?
Good. Okay, let me see. What was a good one? I wrote down. How about the parachute project? Because this one, the parachute project, is a project that I I guess it's one of my pet projects, where we're a group of veterans, but we dance in the park. We invite those that are not veterans to join us. They're welcome, and we just get out there, move and groove, have a good time. And I think this particular clip that you're going to show is when we did it's kind of a yoga fusion dance either, also, because there's a lot of yoga moves in this dance that you guys are going to see. And it's called Rewrite the Stars, because a lot of times we feel like we're stuck and we're like, oh, how can we change what's going on? Well, we can rewrite those stars. And that's the song is from The Greatest Showman. And so here it goes.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes. So that was obviously a line dance, and I can tell you there was 3 veterans in that video. There were 4 VA employees, kiddos from one of the veteran employees, VA employees, and 2 of them were just friends that wanted to get out in the park and dance. And so basically, whenever I do this, we go out there, and the first 30 minutes, only 30 minutes, I teach the dance. And I always try to teach something that's just simple. So first of all, so you're not stressing over it, and just so they're just having fun in the park, just moving and grooving, moving the body. And then I always try to make a video so they can watch something later and they can say, hey, that's just me. I can't believe that's so cool. So yeah, so that's kind of what I do anytime I make go to parachute in the park. So yeah, we just have a good time. So, and also whenever we teach the dance, Silva and Veronica, they kind of do all that specialization in modern and freestyle. I kind of specialize mime, movement, hip hop, a little bit of jazz, and I kind of like to say popular songs, kind of, not necessarily pop, but so I try to do something that people are going to know. Shannon, she also teaches. She's an employee at the VA, and she teaches more ballet. And she's going to start teaching us a ballet routine. So we're all kind of excited. It's going to be something different. So we try to give a little bit of everything. And the thing about the class is it's all beginner level. So even if someone doesn't know how to dance but wants to dance, I'm telling you, hey, I'm telling them all, hey, you guys can dance. Where there's always modifications, so we can make it as easy or as complicated if you want. If you're like, you want to knock it up to the next level, yeah, we're going to add some arms and shoulders and all that jazz to the step touch. So there's ways to make it simple and modify it to make it a little bit more difficult. So I always let them know that we can all dance.
How often do you do the parachute in the park?
I try to do it 4 times a year. At this moment, I've only done twice because of COVID, and the last time I was going to do it, numbers spiked again. So, and even though it was outside, and everyone has a different comfort level. So some people were okay with it, some weren't, and my now I probably would have a big group. So it was just timing wise, and I think now I'm going to have a big group the next time I do it. And the next one's going to be a yoga fusion dance, and that is going to be one of the other videos I want you to show in a sec. But yeah, it's great because, like I said, it's not just veterans; it's those that want to dance. You saw the kiddos in the dance. They had that was the first time they ever danced. And I said, "Oh, you guys got this. Don't worry about it." So, and then of course I always say, the most part, just have fun. That's the most important thing. It's just to have fun. So.
Well, let us at Art Spark know. Maybe we'll come.
I love it.
Or grab
Yes,
some people.
Yes.
I love to dance. I don't dance nearly enough.
And that's what I say. Like I said, those kiddos, and I think one of the employees, they hadn't danced before and they wanted to join us. I said, yeah, come on, you'll have a good time. So. Yeah, definitely. You guys are invited for sure. Yeah, sweet. I was going to say something else, but I don't remember.
Well, I'm excited to hear what yoga fusion is. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, what I do is I take, like the sun salutation A. It's a lot of different poses put together. And instead of holding a lot of the poses, we just kind of combine them so they flow, and it's called a slow flow. But the dance that I'm going to show you is one of the dances that the veterans are working on for the National Veterans Creative Arts Competition. And it's they call it meditative dance. So we haven't done the Tai Chi part yet, but we are up to the yoga. So the next part that we're going to add into the dance is a work in progress, is the Tai Chi section. So it's good stuff. Yeah. So basically what I did is I call it the dancing 8. So we did a sun salutation A and we made that dance. Then I call it the dancing 8, where I connected 8 different poses, and then we made a flow of it. So it's really pretty. So it's good stuff. I'm excited for it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's
cool.
What we're.
That's cool. That's what we be a gold medal winner right there. I like that.
Yeah,
really cool.
I was looking at the description for how this category is, like the rules for it. And I'm just really excited because you saw one of the dancers, he was in the middle. He's not in a wheelchair, but a lot of times they have the option to stay in the chair the whole time if they want to and do the movements, or they can stand. And I don't know if you noticed, there was one part, especially at the end, we were all doing a sun salutation A. So Mr. Dan, he was in the middle, he was doing it all in the chair. Myself and Adam, we were doing it standing, and I think so was Ori. But then Valerie, she was doing the sun salutation A, but she was modifying it where she didn't go down on her knees.
I noticed that.
Yeah. So we were doing all different kind of modifications of
but it all went
Yeah,
It's still very cohesive. And we're all doing the exact same thing. You didn't even notice you noticed the differences, but it was all still the same move. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it
So-
flowed really nicely.
So we're excited, and like I said, it's a work in progress. So we still have till September when the competition is, and so yeah, that's good stuff. And it's one of those things where I think the song fit perfectly as well. And a lot of times when you're teaching movements, we didn't start with the song. We started with just the movements, and the whole theme, I guess, was to heal the body. To heal the body, you're healing the mind at the same time. When you're healing the mind, you're healing the heart and soul. So everything just kind of flowed together, and yeah, we're all excited. So more good things to come. So
What kind of Tai Chi will you add into it?
it's called an 8 form, and some of the basic moves like carry the tiger across the mountain, cloud hands, the opening where you do the bow, right Tai Chi, left Tai Chi. And technically I'm certified, but I haven't taught a Tai Chi class yet, but that's why and the reason why is because I have so many patients that want to do yoga. At this moment, there's just no time. So I try to add a little bit of Tai Chi into my yoga sessions, and where we mix heaven and earth energy, and then we bring everything together, and we do the energy ball where they just do some freestyle here. So they're going to have some options, and that's going to be at the end because right now the end wasn't set per se, so we're going to still have some free movement to set the ending. So yeah, definitely want you guys to see it when it's done.
So will you go? I guess you submit the video, and then if it ranks, then you go perform it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it is. It's the acting, dancing, the visual art, the music, the creative writing. All of those get judged on the local level, and first, second, or third, and then after that, if you get first place on the local level, you get submitted for the national level. So, and then from there, they have everyone from all over the U.S. submitting different pieces. And like I said, the time that I did get to go, it was amazing. There was over 4,000 different veterans that were all artists, but all in different capacities. And it was just so amazing to see, this group of people that, so diverse from different backgrounds, but still doing what they love and healing from what they love, giving them that expression to express themselves so they don't feel stuck, that there is a way out of their the stuff that they're going through. And it's just beautiful. So it's really nice.
So at a local level, who is your competition? Is it the state of Texas, within the state of Texas, or okay?
That's a great question. So at this moment, the only local competition is you're up against Austin. That's it. So we are our own entity. So you're competing with everyone in Austin. If you win gold in Austin, you automatically get submitted for the national. And when I say Austin, I mean, the surrounding areas too. But Waco's separate, even though they're part of Central Texas, and Temple's separate as well. So all three of us, once we win on that local level, we might be competing against each other nationally. So
got it.
But
okay.
in that local level, if you're on that local level, you're just competing with the people that come to Austin to compete on that local level. So in last year, we didn't have as many as I was anticipating, just because it was still, during that crazy COVID time. But this year, I'm already starting that database of getting different veterans that want to submit. And the thing is, you have to be a veteran to submit. And I'm just getting a lot more feedback, and I'm building up my stuff for the competition in September. So you guys are going to have a lot of stuff to judge.
Oh, good.
So, good stuff.
Wow.
Can't wait. So we're going to kind of do what we just did at the beginning of our session here, just to kind of wrap it up, just to kind of settle in, just kind of rewind. So before we do, actually, I'm going to lead you guys in a sun salutation A, but in a chair. After we do the one sun salutation in a chair, then we'll finish up with the quick body scan. That sound good?
Yeah, we're in sticky office chairs. We're like, oh.
So we're going to start in that what we once again call active seat. So this whole flow is going to be a sun salutation, but all in the chair. So give yourself just one round of cleansing breath right here, just to center the body, center the mind. The next inhale, you're going to bring those arms up. This is called that upward arm salute. 10 fingertips to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round of arm circles. This is also called palm tree pose. On the exhale, slowly, you're going to bring those hands to heart center, and you're going to start to hinge forward at the waist, making your way into that forward fold. Anytime you're in your forward fold, you're resetting the body, you're resetting the mind, you're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system right here, just by going into a forward fold. You can stop those forearms on the thighs if you want. You can also drop those arms between the legs. So just remind yourself to let your head hang heavy. The next inhale, those hands are going to go up the shins. You come up halfway. This is called halfway lift. On the exhale, you're going to straighten those arms, straighten the legs into what's called seated plank. This is an isometric exercise right here, building strength, toning those arms. The next inhale, you're going to shift forward, which means lower the arms a little bit. This is seated low plank. On the exhale, you bring those elbows into the side body and you lower the gaze. The next inhale, hands come forward a little bit. You raise the gaze, you raise the chest. This is seated low cobra. And on the exhale, you lower the gaze. You bring those hands back into the side body. The next inhale, arms are going to go all the way out like you're in plank. The difference is you raise the gaze, you raise the chest. This is seated upward facing dog. On the exhale, you shift those arms up to a V. You take the gaze between the legs. This is seated downward facing dog. And anytime you're in downward facing dog, you have the option to bring movement to the pose. It can be little movements, it can be big movements, you decide. The next inhale, you bend both knees and make your way into your forward fold. Once again, to calm the body, to calm the mind. The next inhale, those hands go up the shins, nice long back. This is your halfway lift. On the exhale, you go back into your forward fold. Give yourself a round of cleansing breath right here. Let your head hang heavy. The next inhale, you're going to root to rise. Come up slowly, nice and easy. The head's the last thing to come up. Beautiful. All right, everyone. You're going to rock side to side to reset the body. This is where we're just going to settle in right now. You can put one hand on the heart, the other hand on the belly. Just notice right now where your natural breath is without forcing it, where the natural inhale and exhale is. Just being in this moment. You can bring those hands down to the side. We're going to do a quick body scan starting from the top of the head going all the way down to the feet. This time, just imagine your body is filled up with sand and there's 2 pinpricks in the bottom of the feet right here. And slowly, on your next exhale, the sand slowly seeps out of the head, the neck, and the shoulders as the tension melts away. Continue with the shoulders, triceps, biceps, elbows, forearms, hands and fingertips. Slowly on your next exhale, just the tension, that sand is slowly dripping and melting away. Continue with the chest, the upper back, the abs, the mid-back, the hips and the lower back. Slowly on your next exhale, that sand just slowly drips and melts away. Continue with the legs, the thighs, the knees, calves, shins, ankles, and toes. That sand slowly seeps out of the body as the tension leaves the body. Notice right now if you're a little bit lighter in your seat or a little bit heavier with relaxation, either one. No judgment, just being aware. And now, once again, notice all the wonderful ways the body notices things. It's called proprioception without any judgment. Right now, What smells do you smell? What tastes are on the tongue? What sounds do you hear? What parts of the body are touching the chair? Just being aware. And now remind yourself of that intention that you set or we set for our session today. It's just a theme. It can be a word, a phrase, a passage, a mantra. And if you took the one that I offered, I am strong. Just remind yourself of that. A lot of times we go through so much and we just have to remind ourselves we are strong. So just let that intention settle in as we do our 3 rounds of breath. Yoga teaches us to breathe. A lot of times we hold our breath. We just have to remind ourselves to breathe. Slowly, you're going to inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly, rise, heart center. And open mouth, exhale. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly, rise, heart center. And open mouth, exhale. 1 last round of breath. Let this be the biggest one you've done so far today. So inhale through your nose. Let it fill up your collarbone, ribs, belly, rise, heart center. And open mouth, exhale. And now you're going to wiggle those toes. Wiggle the fingers. Blink open the eyes. Rock side to side as we do our very last arm circle. Bring those arms down to the side. Here we go. The next inhale, bring those arms up, 10 fingertips to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I always finish every class with explaining what the word namaste means. A lot of folks don't know, and we say it. So I always let everyone know. It literally translates, I bow you. And it's just a nice way to say thank you for the session that we've had. So I always finish with the light, joy, and love in me recognizes the light, joy, and love in my fellow friends. Namaste.
Namaste.
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And wow, it's exactly 8 p.m.
Yes,
Wow.
Perfect.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, David, thank you so much. This was lovely.
Well,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure. And once again, thank you for inviting me and honoring me with being Artist of the Month. I was so surprised and shocked, and I started to get a little tear in my eye when Silva told me. So I just want to thank you guys. It's truly a blessing, and I'm honored. So thank you.
Thank you to our Arts Park Texas funders: Texas Commission on the Arts, St. David's Foundation, Cultural Arts City of Austin Economic Development, National Endowment for the Arts, Creative Forces, Austin Public Library, Donald D. Hamill Foundation.